Good morning.
Good morning. Today is Friday, August 21st. Happy Friday, Blue Ridge Junior High. And we have a special guest with us today.
Hello. Happy Friday.
It's Friday, yeah.
Friday. Happy Friday.
This week, hasn't the week flown by?
Yes, it
Isn't that
has.
crazy?
Pretty
Oh,
quick.
yes. So we brought Mr. Bromke. We've learned a few things about him this week, and maybe something we learned wasn't quite right. So we'll straighten that out in just a minute. But before we get to that, just a couple things. Tomorrow is your capstone schedule. So today, Friday, because tomorrow's Saturday. So today, Friday, you're gonna be on your capstone schedule. Be sure you check that. You're gonna be checking in with your capstone teachers first thing in the morning. And I know a lot of them are having you do your interest inventories. Mr. Bromke, if you had done a capstone project in junior high, what do you think you would have done yours on?
I probably almost, actually we had to do a senior project to graduate high school, and so it wasn't junior high, but probably would have been something police or law enforcement related, because that was, the one thing I was obsessed with growing up as a kid.
Very nice. Sounds like,
How's it going?
okay, Mr. Butterfield, we're doing
Good morning.
Friday's morning announcements. Do you want to
Ooh,
get
a
away?
cameo.
Oh, he's running. He's out of here. So something law enforcement. And you ended up doing some law enforcement early on in your career.
Yep, so I was Border Patrol for 3 years, and for my actual senior project, so we had to do a senior project to graduate high school, and I partnered with the local police department and took their, it was their DARE campaign back when, is that even still going on anymore?
I do think so in some campuses.
So it was their DARE program, and basically I converted it to a digital PowerPoint program instead of their old chalkboard, way to do it. So that was a new thing back then,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was all right. It was pretty cool.
The techie guy.
So
Yeah.
some people who are trying to figure out what their capstone project might be about could think about a career they might be interested in
Yep.
learning about, and that could kind of be their focus. Love that. Miss Heather, you ought to think about what your capstone project would be, and we can learn about that maybe another time.
I already know.
Oh, well then share.
I'm gonna be a florist. I'm
And-
gonna do it on
Nice.
putting flower arrangements together.
Flower.
That's
Oh,
cool.
geez, that's
It
cool.
would be the happiest job in the world and
That
a
would
fun
be.
project. to
That
learn
would
about.
be an awesome capstone project. With extra time at home, growing things is something that kids could probably even get.
Yeah, that's
do.
what I did over the lockdown.
Yeah, I love
I
I
that.
did
got into
garden.
bonsai a little bit, just saying.
What?
I watched a lot of Karate Kid,
Oh,
there's
wax
a new
on,
show
wax
out
off.
there, Yeah, so
Would you recommend Karate Kid as a movie
the
recommendation?
movies definitely. The new show is a little bit more mature, but the show, or excuse me, the movie itself, yeah, for sure. And
Like the old Ralph Macchio?
yeah,
one?
yeah, and the new one was cool too. But the original
Mhm.
Ralph Macchio is pretty sweet, and so
The
I
kids
think
know
it's
who Jaden
bonsai.
Smith is, though, so
Yeah.
they probably
Yeah, yeah.
click with that.
So a little movie recommendation. Of course, we always put a little reminder. You got to get your parents' permission for any movies, books, things you're doing. But that is a great recommendation. The tip for the week as far as distance learning went was to keep extra screens off during your school time so that you're not distracted by the movie. The movie's a great thing to
It
do
is good.
after school's over,
Good unwinding.
but
thing.
not during your English class or your math class. My recommendation would be talks by brilliant kids, and these are TED Talks, and they are amazing. These are teenagers. Some of the topics, there's one that's called Yup, I Built a Nuclear Fusion Reactor,
Cool.
and it's a teenager. Another one is a promising test for pancreatic cancer from a teenager. So they developed a test for pancreatic cancer.
Wow.
And then another one that's really got a lot of attention in the current energies going on is A Warrior's Cry Against Child Marriage. And it's a young person speaking about her experiences and some of the things that we can't imagine are going on in the world that are. So Talks by Brilliant Kids, it's a teen TED forum, great talks there. We encourage you guys to reach out to somebody elderly in your life, maybe send them a card or write them a letter. Hope you guys were able to do that. If you had a positive experience with that, send me an email, tell me about it, and I might send you a book. I'd be curious to hear how you reached out to somebody elderly to show them some support and connection this week. So we have Mr. Bromke with us, and guess what we learned? He got punked.
Yes, he
because
did.
A little bit.
we have this shared document where the teachers are giving us some little informations about themselves, and he did not put Madam Curry as who he would have dinner with.
Who I
Although he
respect.
holds her in high regard.
Yes. I would have dinner with her. It was just not, I just did not put that down, that's all.
So we don't know who put that in his line, but it was not Mr. Bromke. So we'll have to find out who that was. But it wasn't Mr. Bromke. Interesting. We were pretty impressed.
Thank
by
you.
it.
I mean, you still could be impressed by me. I'm just saying, I still have to think of another impressive person. I just didn't put that answer in,
Right.
that's all.
We especially loved that your mother would take you to the doors of people whose
Yeah.
feelings you might have hurt and make you apologize to them and
Yes.
their parents.
And that wasn't a frequent thing, to be clear. but
Doesn't
it's-
have to happen very often.
No, there's definitely one or two times that stick out in my mind though, where it was pretty horrible to have to go over there and do that. But then we remained really good friends after that. So we
That's
still talk to this day and kind of joke about it. But
Awesome. Well, I'm going to give you a clue for next week's Did You Know teacher, and I'm going to let Mr. Bromke take a guess. And if any of you know who or think you know who it is, send me an email. And of course, the first correct email will get a prize. And we read this yesterday, and I'm going to share it again today. If I could have any superpower, I would want to be able to control time. I would have fun going back in time, jumping to the future, and freezing time. I would get my work done in a jiffy. And I love the in a jiffy.
Jiffy.
This is a 7th grade core teacher. Do you think you have a guess, Mr. Bromke?
I would say Pollock.
Okay, so we have Pollock as a guess, and I know Ms. Hoffmeyer made a guess yesterday, and I'm not going to confirm or deny either of their guesses, but if you think you know who it is, send me an email, and if you are correct, I will send you a little prize.
Maybe someone put that in for her or that person, maybe.
That's true.
someone
Maybe everybody's mixing everything up.
Just saying.
Oh my goodness. How are we ever gonna know?
You've been breached, Miss
I
Montgomery.
actually am pretty positive on this one because they put their name next to their answer,
okay.
which helps. Teachers, come on, put your names next. How many
Put
times
your name
are
on the
you telling
paper.
me put yeah,
In
put your
fairness,
name on the paper.
I had 2 answers with my name in parentheses next to them, but not that one.
Oh,
That's true. So I should have.
You didn't vet your
I
answers, Miss
did not
Montgomery.
answer. Teachers, when you fill out that form, put your name in each box so I'm not confused at who really answered which question.
Stop punking each other.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
Or don't. It's
make
funny.
it great.
Yeah. You could get even
Maybe
better.
not Madam Curry. If you're gonna punk someone, make it really good.
Yes. Someone that, I know. People will respect me more for that answer. You gotta aim lower.
That's
Aim lower.
There's the advice for the day.
LL Cool J. Hey, I'd have lunch with him.
Oh,
That's
there you
true.
go. So our shout out today, it is Senior Citizens Day, which is
Oh,
why
nice.
I've been encouraging you all week to reach out to somebody elderly in your life and show them a little love. One other shout out to Kaylee Blake. Kaylee B. Zoom did crazy things yesterday, and she ended up being the host for her science class. She ran the class, she took attendance, and she brought attendance to us.
Oh,
I
my
kid you
man.
not.
Is she for hire? Or?
I know.
Great kid.
She ran a great science class, and I loved it and thought it was awesome. So a shout out to Kaylee B.
Good job, Kaylee.
Thank you for keeping us going when the systems were all wonky. Thank you, Miss Heather, for recording. We do not have a flag out here today, so if you're able to say the Pledge of Allegiance, we encourage you to do that, and we'll see you next week.
Be nice to everybody.
Be nice.